Welcome, everyone, into the Talking Kentucky postgame show. My name is Coleman Scott. His name is Caden Holmes. This is our first Kentucky basketball postgame show of the Mark Pope era as the Cats beat the Minnesota State Mankato, whatever they are, Mavericks, I think it is what they are, 98-67. Cats get the win. Didn't quite hit the century mark. I think some fans wanted them to at the end of the game, but Mark Pope was telling Travis Perry to hold it.
Hey, they made sure they did that last half second, though. They had to get that last half second in.
This is why we hate officials. They like, what was the? It's not even a real game. Like, it's an exhibition game.
Yeah, it's not a real game.
Like, nothing about this matters. So
except for that Brandon Garrison dunk, that mattered.
Except for the fact that we're gonna talk about it right now. So Cats get the big win. Got a lot of people down here in the comments. Claude says we actually ran out of bounds plays, y'all. I really like Claude's Halloween costume he's got going there with he is Donald Trump with the Social Security or not Social Security, Secret Service.
Secret Service, yeah.
You know, same thing. You know, honestly. Riley is in here, says hello.
What's up, Riley?
Clyde says good night for a post-game show, and he spelled good night as all one word there. Brad Harvey's in here. Hey, y'all. Robinson is kind of good. And Clyde says that Jackson Robinson hit 9 threes, and that's what everybody wants to talk about. And I think we may as well start there, Caden. The start of the night, besides Brandon Garrison, which we will get to in a second, is Jackson Robinson, who hit. I didn't know he had 9. I thought he had 8. But if I'm not gonna argue with Clyde's stats here. 9 threes for Jackson Robinson, Caden. That's a good night. That's what we call a good day, as Bruce Pearl would say.
Yeah, and even better, he shot. I'm looking at the box score. He shot 8 for 12 from 3. So I guess he had 8 of them. 24 points. So he shot nothing but threes, pretty much. But he'd shoot them. The thing about him is he'll shoot them from 30 feet if he wants to. But everyone on our team kind of does. They don't really care where they're at.
So APO says, "Go Cats." They responded after starting off poorly from 3. We'll get back to that in just a second. So I wanted to talk about that, Caden. I mean, this is our first time that we've been on since Kentucky has played basketball against other people than themselves in the Mark Pope era. As you remember, last time we were on, we were talking about Caden's secret admirer, and we were previewing Kentucky and Kentucky Wesleyan, but we hadn't actually seen basketball yet. So we see it tonight, and we saw it obviously against Kentucky Wesleyan, which we got the 71-point win there, Cats by 70. Caden, so
yeah, it was the rule of 71.
Yeah, in the most fulfilling way possible
right.
There for sure. But it's just, I just want to start off by saying this, and I'll let you kind of give your take, Caden. It is so refreshing. Like, that's not even a strong enough word. I mean, to see any kind of offense out there, not only are we making shots, but we are seeing real offense, real ball movement, head coach that cares about this program, that's a fan of this program, people that care about the name on the front of the jersey. And it's like watching Patino's Bombinos. It's awesome. I love it. I just couldn't be happier. I think we made the right decision, Caden. It was not a bad hire. It was a good hire. Mark Pope, bring it on.
Yeah, and the thing I like, number one, we're like fighting over ball screens now. Our guards are, and that is like one of the biggest reliefs to see. Like, we're not giving up anytime the other team sets a pick on them. But the other thing, speaking of like all the threes, it's like they're not scared to continue to keep shooting. Even like in the beginning of the game, we went 1 of 15 from 3. I mean, we weren't hitting anything. I was like, oh my gosh, we might like lose to. I had to look over to Minnesota State Mankato.
I know,
tonight. So, but they kept shooting, and they finally got in the rhythm, and and blew them away.
Yeah, before we came on here tonight, I was like, who do we play? I just had to go look.
No offense if you go to Minnesota State. No offense against the college.
No offense, Tim Waltz. Yeah, I think we just beat Tim Waltz's alma mater tonight. No, so I want to talk about that. Obviously, against Kentucky Wesleyan, we hit everything, right? Everybody was hitting everything. We had 8 or 9 guys in double digits, which was awesome. Lamont Butler had
60 3-point attempts.
Yeah, and Lamont Butler had more steals than the whole team had turnovers, right? Or more assists or something like that. So, but tonight, we struggled at first. We couldn't really get anything to fall. But we saw in that pregame, like sort of behind the scenes practice video that Mark Pope did at the beginning of the season. We said, guys, if we start a game, 0 for 4, what are we going to do? And they're like, keep shooting. He said, that's right, we're going to keep shooting. And he didn't call timeout. He didn't do anything. He just said, guys, keep shooting. And we did. And what I love about this team, and the reason why I think we're going to be so dangerous, is because we can go on a 15 to 20-0 run out of nowhere. I mean, it was pretty incredible to watch. Like at first I thought, are we going to even hit 70 this game? And then, we basically score 100. So it's so refreshing to not, I don't want this to be the, new Arkansas Calipari show or anything. Keep bringing up Calipari. But it's so refreshing to not, see us miss 2 shots in a row and Calipari call timeout and run out to half court saying, you suck, that kind of thing. They just let them go. And, it works out for the better, obviously.
Another thing that was cool to see was all of the press that we've been doing. Like, how many times in these first 2 games have we forced the 10-second violation? Like at least 2 or 3 by now.
I know. I saw Marsha Davis Wilson in here earlier. I know she's going to be happy about that pressing. So if she's in here,
and it works. It's like they forget. That they got 10 seconds because they're just passing it back and forth, taking 2 steps at a time down to half court. Because it was 1-2-1 press. Is that what they called it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think he tells Lamont Butler just, hey, you can guard wherever you want at any given time. Like, you don't have to get back on defense. Like, you just guard the ball all the time. Lamont steals more basketballs than I know what to do with it, man.
Always defense.
Always good. Yeah. I mean, we heard, who was it? Travis Perry said Ortega is one of the biggest or best defenders that he's ever faced. And you could see why.
He can also drive to the rim. He can also, like, we have all these shooters, but it's so good having someone like him to be able to beat someone off the dribble. I know we haven't played Duke yet, so it's going to be a little harder for him to do it against them, but it's a good sign nonetheless.
I mean, that's kind of the worrisome thing that we had, preseason. Is like, do we have any guys that can like beat their man off the dribble and get to the basket whenever they want? I think Ortega is that guy. And I also think Lamont Butler is obviously that guy. He can get to the basket whenever he wants. I think he's going to be one of our best players. We were texting with Cody before this, and we've talked on the show several times how Cody has a ability to just predict the future, especially with Vanderbilt football. But we were texting Cody, and he said Andrew Carr needs to, if you're 7 feet tall, you just need to dunk it, and then like the next 2 plays,
you don't lay up. You don't do a layup.
No. But the next 2 plays, Carr just absolutely throws down. And he said the same thing for Brandon Garrison. He said that was almost perfect. Like, Brandon just needs to he needs to go Willie Cauley-Stein it, and then literally next play he Willie Cauley-Stein it, or as I would like to call it, Caden, Perry Stevenson. And I think that was flashbacks. That was like a Perry Stevenson NIT versus UNLV dunk. So that was really
when
great.
Perry Stevenson did that, he literally looked like with his wingspan and his height in that play, he looked like he was 10 feet tall. when he was throwing that dunk down, like as he was.
Well, I listened to him in the post game show, and he said, "I didn't mean to be selfish or anything, but I had some small guys on me, so I just went for it." I was like, "Yeah,
he's so calm about it.
You can be selfish if you want. He's from your alma mater too, Caden. He's go Pokes. He's from Oklahoma State, so he's.
Oh, you're talking about Garrison, yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Garrison. Yeah,
I thought we were still on Perry Stevenson. I was like, I don't think Perry's from Oklahoma.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
Brandon Garrison's from Oklahoma State. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Garrison's the one that said that tonight. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I had some small guys on me, so I didn't mean to be selfish, but I just went after it.
He's got some post moves though.
He does, and you know who else has post moves? Andrew Carr. That guy's going to be really, really good. I mean, his
passing out of the post is what I noticed. Like he's very good. He's got a very good eye for like where the guards are whenever he catches it in the post.
Madeline says that's the thing that stands out the most. They just keep shooting until they make a hit. Yeah, I mean, like that wouldn't have happened under Calipari, to be honest. And we're not going to spend the whole year talking about Calipari, like I said, but like you gotta. We're all comparing this to the Calipari era, at least for the first few games. So I mean, let's just be honest. Claude says Arkansas has a DJ. We have a butler. Serve him up for dinner, mate. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I'm going to take it.
I can't get past this profile picture.
Pete says that one duck was like wham. Yes, it was like wham, Pete. That was a great one. And so, two exhibition games in, Caden. How you feeling about this team? Like, what do you think? And I know we're not going to really know until the Duke game, but are they better than you thought? Are they about what you thought? I don't think they're worse than you thought. What do you think?
Yeah, they're better than I thought. I know we're going to live and die by the 3, but I love how we had a rough start and was able to start knocking them down. Like it wasn't when the game started, I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be another one of those West Virginia 2010 games where it's just nothing's going to go down. But it was nice to see this team figure that part of it out. So, but they're better than I thought. I think we're a better passing team than I thought we were going to be. I think we have guys that can beat the man off the dribble, like we said. So all in all, I think we're a lot better than I originally thought.
So has your opinion changed at all about, the ceiling of what this team? Okay. So you think they're a second weekend NCAA tournament team right now?
Sweet 16 Elite 8. Until I see us play someone of substance, I'm still going to stick with that. Okay. I'm optimistically saying we're better than I thought, but I'd like to see us play someone good first to be able to know how far we're going to make it.
I was optimistic about the defense at the before the season. A lot of people thought, I don't know if how good we're going to be defensively, but I was like, well, we certainly can't be worse than we have been the past couple of years, and that's the case. Like I think we're pretty solid. I mean, especially Lamont. I think we're pretty solid defensively. Speaking of defense, Amari Williams. I didn't get to watch the first couple minutes of the game. Yeah, I was a little late turning it on. Apparently, Amari got hurt, I guess. But we were able to win by 35 or whatever it was, 33 without Amari. And we were still able to defend pretty well without Amari. So, I mean, I think that's huge. I mean, when you have him back, I think we're going to be pretty dangerous, Caden. So.
Yeah, I missed the beginning of the game too, but it also allowed us to see. I mean, hopefully he's okay because he is going to get a lot of playing time this year if he stays healthy. But it allowed us to see Brandon Garrison, which was cool. Like knowing that we got 3 bigs who will be able to play.
Clyde says, "I love the positive vibes, Caden."
Do you think I'm not always positive, Clyde? Call me a pessimist?
I guess not. Madeline says, it makes me a bit angry to see the huge contrast between Pope's leadership and contrast to Cal's. You can clearly see that we fell victim to poor coaching. Oh, yeah, we absolutely did. But I mean, Pope understands the assignment, Caden. I mean, he's still doing about as good of a job that you could possibly do to start this year. Now, I still think a lot of that is going to rest on the Duke game. I mean, it just is. So we got to wait for that. But again, off season, putting together this roster, connecting with the fan base, and now these first 2 exhibition games, I think it's about as good as you could possibly ask for. I mean, when you win by 71, and then let's not forget, this team that we beat tonight is the defending Division II national champions.
Oh, are they?
I don't know if you knew that, Kane. They won the national championship last year, so and we beat them by 33. So
yeah, they obviously weren't bad. Like
no,
put up a fight. They were knocking down almost as many threes as we were at times. So solid team.
We didn't go out and this wasn't St. Peter's, right? We didn't go out and just play a team that that really just kind of beats us in a fluky way, right? It was a good team that we played tonight. They were solid, and we beat them by 33. So I think that mattered for sure. Mike says, I love Chandler's play. He's going to be a big contributor. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have the best shooting night tonight, Caden, but I think Chandler is more athletic, like much more athletic than I thought he would be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's surprisingly athletic. Like you look at him and like he doesn't. I mean, he looks athletic, but then you see him go for a dunk, and you're like, dang, it's just like quietly athletic,
Riley Winston, I feel like if this were a Calipari team, they would have struggled the whole game against Minnesota State. Yeah, I think if Calipari's coached this team, I think we would have lost. I mean, it's safe to say. I mean, I
had that same thought, Riley. It felt like one of those games where if another team was going off shooting threes, that we didn't have a chance.
Because he would have called timeout and he would have yanked guys out saying, I can't play you, and crap. And then you wouldn't have had Jackson Robinson hit 8 threes, right? So Madeline says, I see this team at least making it to an Elite 8. I could see it.
How many threes do you think we took tonight, Coleman?
Oh, this is a good question. I need to guess. I'm going to go not as many as last game, maybe.
No, but it's still a good amount. Still more than any Cal team would have taken.
38.
37.
37. Okay. Well,
we hit 13 of them. Which, what is that? 35, 40%? It's not too bad.
I mean, that's still hitting more than most Cal teams would have, right? Hitting 13 threes. I mean, 21 last game. That was ridiculous. I'm curious to see this team, like how many people, or how many people get hot in these games? Like how many, like on average, like, because tonight is pretty much Jackson Robinson, right? Like Trent Noah hit a couple, I think, but last game it was like everybody. So what's normal for us? Is it one guy? Is it 8 guys? Or is it somewhere in between? What do you think about that? What do you think on any given night? How many guys do you think we have that kind of have the hot hand?
I'd say Kobe Barea, probably.
Yeah.
Trent Noah can, for sure, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, I don't know, 3 or 4 that could probably go off as far as 3-pointers.
Mike says 6. Clyde Harris doing the old double dip. He's listening to Mark Pope right now as well. So he's not even getting out of Talking Kentucky. He's multitasking. He's listening to Talking Kentucky and Mark Pope right now. Who do you think's who
sounds smarter? Viewers? Who sounds smarter, Clyde? It's us, right?
That's definitely Mark Pope. Yeah, definitely Pope. Like, oh yeah, guys, it's so special. Yeah, join the gym. Join the gym, guys. Yeah. I love Mark Pope. I mean, I was reading. I always like, you can really tell where the fan base is by tuning in to the, either the post-game press conferences or looking at like the final score graphic that they post on the Kentucky men's basketball page, and then look at the comments, right? And so like the first few comments for tonight were about 2 things: Jackson Robinson or Mark Pope. Everybody was like, Robinson's a beast. Oh, dude, Robinson's going to be awesome. Robinson. And then the next few were like, dude, I would take a bullet for Mark Pope. I love Mark Pope.
They'd take a bullet for him, but no one would help him with gas.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, nobody's going to help him with gas on the side of the road. Okay, I knew we were going to get this question tonight.
Oh boy,
Madeline says, "Has Caden heard from the mystery girl?" I'm just going to let Caden talk however much or little he wants to about that.
I gotta be careful right now, Coleman. But
that's true. Yes, you do. Yes, that's true. He does have to be careful. Yes.
The note on the car, that's gonna be a no-go. So we can say that much.
That's good.
I'm trying to figure out how to word this.
I think you did a great job. Joining the gym. I think it's good. I think it's really great.
No, I'm just saying that I did not know who this girl was, Coleman. Like she left the note and she thought I looked at her, but I honestly had no clue who she was. So that's why I say she's a no-go. So
that's
hopefully that answers your questions, Madeline. I hope that's not a complete letdown, but that's the truth.
Maybe some more people will leave their note on Kane's car or their number on Kane's car. Clyde says, now I'm watching loyal BBN fan now on my TV. Clyde's got quite the setup going. And I've seen pictures of Clyde's like little man cave he's got going on Facebook. He's got a lot. I mean, he's got Coke bottles with Tubby Smith's face on it. I mean, he's got everything in there. So Clyde's really got it going. Madeline says she's glad to hear that you're not getting involved with her. Congratulations.
A week ago, she was telling me, like, good luck and go for it. Maybe that was someone else.
Yeah, man, well, maybe so. Pete says, big. I saw asked at Pope's interview people wondering about Amari. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I hope he's okay. He was on an exercise bike by the bench. So I think that must mean that he must be like pretty okay. Right. So Caden, I don't think he'll be out for long, if at all. I'm sure he'll be good to go by Duke. Yeah.
Yeah. He just rolled his ankle, right? Like in the paint.
I think so.
Was he classic? He's doing like a post move and then put his foot on someone's shoe or something. I don't know. Yeah. Just like you said, I didn't watch the first like 5 or 6 minutes of the game or whenever it happened. I missed it.
Like Christian Leitner put his foot on somebody's chest, something like that. I don't know if he did that.
That too.
Brandon Hicks, player comparisons. Ortega is a better offensive version of Kalina Azubuike. Butler is as close as we will ever see to Wayne Turner. I kind of like those comparisons.
Yeah, Brandon's OG. Watching it, I mean, that's going back to the 90s, early 2000s, right?
I have a picture of Kalina Azubuike hanging on my bedroom door, and it's he autographed it.
You also have Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, Rajon Rondo. Yep, he didn't autograph
Coleman wakes up every morning and looks at Rajon Rondo.
Mm-hmm. John Wall's over there too. Got Anthony Davis. Yeah, that's right. Claude says Hope Williams is okay. Yes. So let's talk about Jackson Robinson, man. I mean, that dude's gonna be good. I mean, he's gonna be. I haven't really. It's funny because I thought he would kind of be what Lamont Butler is. You know, I've kind of thought Jackson Robinson would be the guy like taking it to the rim, beating men off the dribble, but he's not. Like he's the guy shooting three. At least that's who he's been so far, right? So, Cade and I got the chance to meet Jackson Robinson at a Club Blue event this summer. And I went up to him and I said, Jackson, I said, welcome to Kentucky. I'm glad you're here. That's what I said.
Well, that's a lot better than what I said to Perry Stevenson. As in, I said Perry Stevenson.
Perry Stevenson.
Because what else are you going to say when you go to Perry Stevenson?
Claude says,
you can say.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, you say nice dunk, maybe. Claude says, I got Anthony Davis dunking on Loserville in the Final Four in my room. Yeah, that's a good one. Brandon says, I think Rondo was a lot better passer than Turner or Butler. Yeah, there's nobody like Rajon Rondo, Caden. But I don't know that many teams pass like this team does. I mean, this team, there's a couple, like they had that one possession where Brea shot a three, didn't make it, but it was toward the very end. It's like with 2 or 3 minutes left in the game. It was just beautiful basketball. It was like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I
And,
remember.
you remember? I was like, yeah, that's so beautiful. And he didn't finish. He didn't hit it, but like it was great.
Yeah, someone even passed up a shot just so we could get a better shot. Was it Trent Noah?
Yeah,
Or someone in the corner? Yeah, I loved that. Like he could have shot that, but he said no. We're gonna get one wide open.
We're gonna get one more. Yeah. Do you think that could be to our detriment at all? Because I mean, I saw Brad earlier sent me a message that said something to the effect of, I think we're passing too much or something. Like
That's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have, but do you think like he said we're too heavy on the passing? Like, do you think that's possible?
Well, I think when he said that, it was because we were making like sloppy. It wasn't like that play we're talking about. It was just like making passes to people we shouldn't and moments we shouldn't. It was just kind of, it was more so decision making than just passing in general, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Madeline says Magic Jackson, like Magic Johnson, but instead
I like
of
that.
Magic Jackson. Yeah, I like
we can start that.
Yeah, Magic Jackson, Talking Jackson.
Speaking of passing, there's one time, this is like a story from UK. Like we were at those courts beside the Johnson Center, like those outside basketball courts, and we were playing. There's like 3 of us playing. These 3 old dudes come up. They're like in their 70s or 80s. They're like, "Hey, y'all mind if we join you?" And we're kind of like, "Are you sure about that? Like, we don't want to hurt you or anything."
Yeah.
Coleman, these guys passed so much and so fast, we could not keep up. They blew us out of the water.
So basically, what you're saying is that's a metaphor for this team. That's what we're going to do to people.
That's perfect segue. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't think we're old and fat or anything, old and slow. We're definitely old. I mean, did you hear him on the broadcast tonight? They said the guy was like, "This is one of the most experienced." He said, "Well, actually, no, that this is the most experienced roster in Kentucky basketball history."
Sure.
So I think he said something like 536 starts combined on the team or something like that. I was like, insane. That is awesome.
Do you remember who started, by the way?
No.
Well, you didn't watch it either, the beginning of it. So
no.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
One question I'm wondering, though, is why did Travis Perry not play more tonight? I mean, I guess it didn't matter. No. But I was kind of confused by that. Like,
because he didn't even come until second half, right?
Late second half, like last 4 or 5 minutes of the game is when he came in. So I don't know. Maybe it's because they were so big that he didn't want to. I don't know. He tried to go big instead of playing small ball. I don't know. I mean, Travis is like my height. He's a little bit taller, but he's not much. So they had big guards, Caden. They had some like 6'7" guards. So they were big. Mike says passing a lot is better than dribbling a lot. Yes, it is. Claude said, and what did Cal's teams do? Dribble a lot and pass less.
That's right.
Yep, that's very true. But guys, we want to hear from you tonight and get your thoughts on the Cats and what you think this team's ceiling is. This is much more pleasant than a football post-game show lately. I'll say that. 502-234-1504. Give us a shout. And who do we play first? The first real game of the season, I think it's Wright State, I believe is what it is.
I think you're right. I'll look it up. I think you're right, though.
But I don't know anything about Wright State. But we play them. So call here. You're on with Talking Kentucky. Who's this? Hello? You're on with Talking Kentucky. Who's this? We're not getting them. Well, rip.
Yeah, it's Wright State on November 4th.
Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. That was probably Clyde. I think that was Clyde's number. Well,
So that'll be Monday.
Okay. Okay, we're getting a call back. Phone lines were working great in the postgame show the other day for football. We had like 10 calls. Hello, you're on with Talking Kentucky. Who's this?
It's Clyde.
Hey, Clyde. We got you now. How's it going, man?
It's going good. It's going good. Yeah. Because like I think it only rung once, and then it was completely silent. I'm like, okay, hello. And then I said hello like 4 times, and then I'm like, all right, let me just hang up then because nobody's answering.
Hey, sometimes that's the best IT is turning it off and back on. But well, what are you thinking about the Cats, man? Like, is this team like surpassed your expectations? Are they about what you thought? What do you think?
Well, I mean, listening to sources say a lot during the offseason about how they described how he coaches and how Pope is able to run a modern offense that other teams run, and seeing it both with this team as good as shooters that we have, especially with Kerr. He's not injured no more. He's able to play, and he'll be a backup guard, of course, but he'll come in and he'll add us, like a more like of a shooting type of point guard. Because I mean, that's literally what Curry is. He's known as a shooter. But I mean, the way Pope just runs his offense is just so refreshing. Like I can't just get over the fact that like we actually run a modern offense. Like it's so refreshing, and we're not dribble driving. We're not clogging up the lane with 2 7-footers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just absolutely a breath of fresh air. It really is.
Oh yeah, I know, man. Like after all these years of the Cal, dribble drive, just throwing up bricks, it's really refreshing for sure. But so how are you feeling about like kind of what I was asking Caden, the ceiling of this team?
Mm-hmm.
Like have your expectations for what this team can achieve changed at all?
Well, honestly, I still got them as a Sweet 16 team right now. That's what I had them as a couple months ago, and that's what I still got them as right now. They're going to have to, like, really beat some teams to make me feel a little bit better. Like, so my guess is they will make it to second weekend. I'm not ready to say Elite Eight, even though I did last show. Like I said, they will make the Elite Eight, but I'm actually not ready to really say that yet. And I think that's fair, especially with Pope's first year. But I'm going to go with the Sweet 16 because I feel like that's more comfortable. And like what they do after the Sweet 16, especially what they're going to do during this season, they could carry that into the tournament, and they might be a top seed. We don't know. But I like what ranking we are right now. We can jump up to the top.
Yeah.
But I gotta say the Sweet 16 as of right now, yes.
If you had to pick a favorite player, who would you pick?
Oh, honestly, I do think about this a lot, and I mean, I love Trent Noah because he's a Kentucky boy. I love Travis Perry, but that's a hard decision to make because I like them all, honestly. But I'm gonna have to go with probably Lamont Butler.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's me. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lamont. I thought it was gonna be Kirk Carissa at the start of the year just because I loved his trash talk so much, but I'm probably going Lamont too. What's not to love?
Right. And, I mean, Carr, he's just so perfect for Pope's offense. I mean, Pope dreams of coaching guys like him, and now he can coach a guy like Andrew Carr who can also shoot the ball, and Pope loves it. Like, that's the kind of play that Pope wants. But with Garrison pulling up the three, please don't do that in the regular season unless you're really working on it in practice. Don't do that in the regular season, especially not against Duke. Please don't, Brandon Garrison. Please, we need you in the post. You got a good hook shot. Stick with it.
I don't know how many Brandon Garrison threes we need necessarily, but man, that dunk he had tonight, that was impressive. Not gonna lie.
Yes, it was. It wasn't a 70-point win, 71-point win. but it was a good win. They were tested early, and it was good to see how they responded. And Polk said, "I'm not calling timeout. You gonna go out there. You gonna show me."
Yeah.
But what did Cal do last year? He would call a timeout when things got rough.
Right.
He didn't let his team battle through it. But Pope is different, and that's why we are in such good hands. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. Well, man, thanks for calling in as always. We appreciate it. And go Cats.
Go Cats, baby, and go Mark Pope.
Go Mark Pope. That's right. Yeah. Got some Tony Delk talk in the comments here. That's Tony Delk shooting. Tony Delk was my grandma's favorite player, number 00.
Oh, 00. That's right.
Ortega is repping that now.
I think he's my favorite player.
Yeah, Ortega. Yeah, I know.
In my opinion, he's the most impactful as far as like just the unique piece that we really needed.
I could tell last week when you were saying that man, Ortega's a beast. I was like, okay, Caden's kind of found his guy, you know. Brandon says need to chill out with the Perry and Noah. I don't think they'll matters. Perry is more Chris Harrison than Reed Shepard. Getting another call here. I believe this might be Josh Hart. You're on with Talking Kentucky. Who's this?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Josh? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, not feeling too well, but I'm out sick tonight from work, so just take the night off. Not feeling the best.
Well, I hope you feel better, man. But I appreciate you still calling in, even though you're feeling under the weather and watching and everything. So,
I thought they played pretty good tonight. You know, I think they were a little bit. I guess I don't know if I had anything bad about it. I guess they didn't really rebound too good for that. But I mean, I just think this team at the end of the year is going to be really special. I really do. I think we get to the Final Four, and if we get that far, we might get the national title. But I just think we just got a really good, solid squad.
we do. So I'll ask you what I've been asking everybody else. Is this team about what you thought they would be, or have they exceeded your expectations?
I mean, right now, I guess they're what I expected to be.
Okay.
I mean, when they come play Duke soon, and I really think they got a good chance of beating Duke. And if they lose to Duke, it's not a big. I mean, honestly, it's the first game of the season. It's not going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah,
but
it's the first big game. Yeah.
As long as we beat Louisville and Arkansas, that's all I really care about.
Hey, that's basically what
And
Caden
Duke
says. Yeah, well, Caden's throwing Duke in that category too. It sounds like Duke, Arkansas, and Louisville. But so has your ceiling changed for what this team is?
No, not at all. I think we're going to be phenomenal. I think Mark Pope was I remember the night when you were live and the news was breaking about Mark Pope and we were all losing our crap.
We were.
Now we look back and we're like, wait a minute, just the energy and expectations and he's all about winning and he's here to hang banners and I was like, we couldn't have got no better. Can you imagine if we would have got Bryce Drew? I mean, that dude would it'd be Calipari 2.0. It would just be boring basketball. With Pope, it's not.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. No, I remember that night that I was on with Corey and loyal BBN fan. That night.
Oh yeah, that was a great show because everybody was losing their heads.
Everybody was. Everybody was.
Like, what the what?
Well, this summer I was at the Malone's in Palomar in Lexington, and the manager of there told me that he had listened to Talking Kentucky before. And he was just talking to me. He was like, yeah, I do all the catering for the men's basketball team. So like, I've gotten to know Mark Pope really well. And I was like, well, please tell him that I was wrong. So I was like, oh man, well, you never know who's listening. But I think Mark knows that. I mean, and I think he kind of embraces that and sort of understands. He understands the assignment, right? I mean, this is Kentucky basketball, so and he's never won a NCAA tournament game. So I mean, I think on some level he understands.
The craziest thing about it, though, Coleman and Caden, was we went from, oh crap, they hired Mark Pope, to not even 24 hours later, we're like, oh, we got Mark Pope.
Yep.
It was like it wasn't even a day.
Oh, I know.
Like we went from being kind of bummed to like super excited. And then when they brought him out and did that press conference, and you had 30,000 people or whatever it was in Rupp Arena, and just coming in there on the bus and the energy and the trophy, and then just hit the way he talked, we're like, oh wow,
yeah,
who?
It was one of the more crazy turns of events that I can remember. And I can't really put a finger on why that was. Like, what changed? Josh, do you know? Like, what made us change our mind like overnight like that?
I think it was just we were all wanting this one or two coaches, and he wasn't even talked about really. It was a little bit, but not like these other, like Bryce Drew and the UConn head coach. Can't remember his name now.
Yeah, Scott Drew.
The UConn coach. What?
Yeah. So there was Dan Hurley's the UConn coach.
Yeah, Dan Hurley.
Yeah,
that's all we were focused on. We were just focused on them too, and we didn't allow ourselves to accept the possibility of a Mark Pope. But I just think, once he put that video out and talked about how excited he was about coming there, I just think that changed our whole mindset of coming back to Kentucky. And then, like I said, once he had that press conference and they introduced him, everybody was like, okay, we're all in again,
Yeah. No, yeah. Now, and I think you met Scott Drew, Baylor coach. Bryce Drew got fired from Vanderbilt after 2 seasons, so I don't think we would have wanted him.
Oh yeah,
but
Scott.
yeah. But man, thanks for calling in as always. We appreciate it. This is much more pleasant than a football postgame show these days. Man,
football's over, dude. I'm done with football. We're gonna get mass murdered by Tennessee. We're gonna get mass murdered by Texas. And you know what? Murray State's probably going to beat Kentucky. I wouldn't put it past them. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is probably the worst team with the most talent. One of the most talented teams ever that Stoops has ever put. I honestly think he lost control. He had lost the locker room.
Lost his
fire. The kids just don't care no more. They don't care. JJ's hurt. He probably won't come back. Chip tried playing. He's not going to come back. I mean, it's just it went from we're going to be in the 9-win column to the possibility. Well, it is. I mean, they're not even going to go to a bowl game this year. So
no.
It's just time for him to go. And hopefully he'll exit like Calipari did so we don't have to be on the chain for $44 million. But
Caden's like, I've been telling y'all. Caden's
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
No, Caden's with us, but all right.
We don't. But if he doesn't exit, then Kentucky's either going to have to just be stuck with him or give him $44 million.
Yeah, we have to. That's
the only two options.
We have to pony up.
I know. Gotta pony up, man.
All
right, guys. Great show as always. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man. Go Cats.
Yeah. All right, go Cats.
I've been telling y'all. Yeah, no. We got some more comments down here. Madeline says we all have PTSD after the Cal era. Pete says, I know I did the same. It hit me like what he did at BYU and a beloved cat who understood Patino ball. So, yeah, we were all, I mean, that 24-hour window, Caden, was pretty crazy. Like, it was just overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Changed.
Yeah, you all were having that show. I was at home doing something. I had something in Madisonville that day, but I was with my dad and we were listening to Matt Jones gripe about it.
Yep.
And then Josh is right. The next day, everyone's like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah,
Mark Pope, let's go.
We're all good. Yeah, with Mark Pope. That's right.
When I heard Mitch Barnhart on KSR's show, that's whenever I started. Like, his reasons made sense. So I'm glad they had Barnhart on their show the day after that to explain everything.
He said, "Matt,
that was the right move.
This is the guy," or whatever. And then the other thing was when Patino. I think that was the big thing that people overlook is when Patino released that video, like endorsing Mark Pope. He came out and he said, "It's like Mark Pope is going to lead you to greatness." We're like, okay, yeah. Rick says he's going to lead. And then all of a sudden, like overnight, we all like Rick Pitino again, just out of nowhere. We're like, okay.
He was forgiven.
That's why I go back to that side-by-side of Cal and the Arkansas quarter zip and Pitino and the Kentucky quarter zip. So imagine explaining this to someone 6 months ago.
I loved that. That was hilarious.
Jeremy says maybe we can write Stoops a note like Caden got, except tell him the love affair with BBN is over. I like that. Yeah, nice. That's true. That's true, Jeremy. Yes. No, Kate. That's what Caden told the girl. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not what I said. I was not that brutal.
No, he's no, it's all good. But I told you people are gonna want to talk about that. But Claude says,
well, we made a whole show about it. I don't blame him.
Well, that's true. Yeah. On our, one thing that was good about our football post game show the other night is John Hammond's got on here and he said, I love John's voice. I love the Eastern Kentucky draw. He's like, I want 10 callers tonight. And then we got like 7. So just because John said it. So I guess I'll just say.
He probably shared that and he's got like 10,000 friends.
That's true. Yeah. No, I want some more callers. So I'm going to pull John here. We've had a couple calls, but, we'd love to have some more calls. Pete, Madeline, Jeremy, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. We don't bite. 502-234-1504.
What's Madeline talking? She asked me what I said to her. Is that what you're saying, Madeline?
I guess that's what she's saying. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, she sent me. She told me she thought I was checking her out, and then she sent me a picture of herself, and I was like, I do not recognize you. So I think she was under a false assumption there. So
yeah,
that's what I said, Madeline. I was just like, sorry, I don't recognize you.
Yeah, that's fair. Pete says he went from "oh no" to maybe we just got what UK's been missing. Yeah, that's true. I have to remember to turn everything off, background noise.
Oh, is he going to call in?
Oh, yeah, Pete. Yeah, call. I mean, sometimes that's all I need to do, I guess, Caden. You just need to say, y'all call in, and then they will. I mean, who are our regular callers? We got Clyde and Josh are regular callers. Marsha is sometimes regular. I think in the during basketball season, Marsha's regular caller. Then I know we've gotten one Madeline call before. Send Clyde her number. He'll take her out. Yeah, he probably will. He probably will. I don't know if that's probably. Can you share somebody's number with a stranger? I guess you can. Yeah.
I guess you can. I already deleted the messages though, so I don't have that anymore. I'm sorry, Clyde.
You didn't keep the note?
I didn't keep the note either.
Clyde's like, oh man, this was my chance. Man, this is my chance.
Oh man.
Okay. Well, like I said, call in 502-234-1504. Yep. So yeah, call. That would be great. Messages, plural. Well, there was one that she sent and then one that Caden sent back, right? That's what you meant. So that's
4 messages total. That's We weren't texting all night, Madeline. That's not what happened.
That's not what happened. Yes, this is yeah. But I feel like
Coleman was there with me for emotional support.
I was there
Isn't
for
that
my
right, Coleman?
support. Yes, that's exactly right. Sometimes that's what you need. That's what friends are for. But man, Madeline doesn't mind asking the direct questions here. We're getting a 606 call here. We'll see.
By God.
Might be Pete. Yeah, 606 by God. You're on with Talking Kentucky. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, is this Pete?
Yeah, it's Pete.
Nice to hear from you, man. Thanks for watching and always being down in the comments and everything. We really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate the show, man. Don't really know what to talk about, but we was talking about Mark Pope and how at first we were all like, is this a good hire? This really don't seem like a good hire. But, you know, when Patino said Mark understood his system, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Patino, I mean, he brought something to Kentucky that was long needed, you know, when he came.
Yeah, just the energy that he brought. It's just but it is just like things change overnight. And do you think we all just kind of secretly miss Rick? Yeah, we kind of secretly miss the energy that he brought to the program. Because I mean, when he put out that video, man, everybody was on board pretty quick.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, I had my, you know, my problems with him, and because he said money wouldn't take him away from Lexington, and then it did.
Right.
That was the biggest issue. But, you know, all in all, I knew he knew it was a bad choice, and I feel like he admitted that. When he admitted that, that kind of was good enough for me.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest mistake he had made was leaving Lexington.
Yeah, and he's done that. And I think, yeah, you're right. That's all we really needed to hear. He's kind of disowned Louisville too, it seems. So that's also a plus for Kentucky fans. But I absolutely agree. So Pete, you used to be down in my neck of the woods, right? In Louisiana once upon a time?
Yeah, I lived in Walker for about almost 6 years.
Okay, cool. I'm going to be in Walker here in a couple of weeks, actually. So that's fun, man. Small world.
Yeah. I loved it down there. I really, really do. I was talking about some fishing trips to the Atchafalaya Basin earlier, actually, to somebody that my dad had a friend that was from up here in Harlan that he grew up with. Found out that he lived down there, right on Bayou Sorrel and Atchafalaya Basin, and we would go fish over there.
That's what's taken me the longest down here is to learn how to pronounce all these words. I don't think I could do that. You know, it's a mix with my Kentucky accent and everything. But no, it is not. I mean, it's good people and good food. That's all you need.
Yeah, well, I'd done a bunch of work, and for a short time, I lived in an apartment right there, just off the campus of LSU. And you know they're big on that down there. You know, they're Bengals.
The Bayou Bengals. Oh, I know. Hey, I lived I lived the same place, apartment just off campus. So you know that's right. So it's the good old days. Nothing like a night game in Death Valley, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, the parties afterwards. We lived actually our apartment right there off the campus. There was like 3 bars within walking distance, and that's where everybody piled in after the games, and it was radical, man. I mean, fun, but
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, no, absolutely. But no, man, thanks for calling in. We appreciate you hearing from you, and hope to hear from you more. Yeah, thanks.
Well, keep up the show, guys. I love it. Okay?
Well, thank you. We really appreciate that. It means a lot that people like it and people listen.
Yeah, I hope it grows.
Well, thank you.
Help it somewhat.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it, man.
All right. Well, Thank you, guys.
All righty. Bye-bye. Go Cats.
All right, go Cats. Bye.
There you go, Cadence. I guess that's all you need. Just tell people to call and you get more callers.
Imagine that.
Yeah. We're gonna say something.
If only other. Yeah. I was contemplating it.
Okay. Well,
I was just gonna say, imagine if other things worked that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Caden?
Yeah, I'll stop it there.
Okay,
yeah, good game. Good 2 exhibition games. I think it definitely exceeded my expectations by like 50 points total of winning. Like I didn't expect to win one by 71. I didn't expect to win the other one by 40 or whatever it was against a Division II national champion. So Pope was once again doing everything right. I think it's the takeaway from this, right?
Josh says, Caden, I forgot to ask, did you call that number?
Oh my gosh.
You got to give the people what they want, Caden.
There was no calling involved. She sent me a picture. I said, I do not recognize you. And that was the end of it, Josh.
Now somebody else is going to call in here like, hey, Caden, by the way, did you call that number?
Well, someone wanted me to call it on the show.
Oh, I know. I wonder if Josh already knew the answer to that. If he was just.
I think he did.
Okay.
I think he did.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like he did there. Yeah. So, well, we'll do another call for calls here. Anybody wants to call? Again, we had Madeline call once upon a time. Could even talk about the Bengals if you want. Maybe. We'll allow it. 502-234-1504 before we start to wrap up here. Jeremy says the great thing about Pope being back is that we got a lot of guys back that Cal had shunned. Patino and Tubby's guys put more time in here than Cal's did. Caden's laughing, so that must mean that somebody posted something funny in the comments. You didn't have to recognize her to get to know her better. Were there no sparks? I guess not. But Josh says, "Oh God, they're bad as Kentucky football." For the Bengals, yeah. Again, here we are, 2 weeks in a row, and everybody just wants to talk about Caden's secret admirer. But I
said all there is to be said.
You spoke.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they want from me.
Yeah. I don't either, honestly. I
know Clyde wants the number, but Clyde's too late for that. You need to come to Lovers Lane Park in Bowling Green if you want that.
Oh, it's called Lovers Lane. Oh, that's
cute, isn't it?
Yeah, that is cute. Yeah. So that's where you go to meet your lover, I guess. We'll do a last call for calls here, 502-234-1504. Thanks everybody for watching us and everything. Go ahead and drop a comment in the chat and let us know you're here if you haven't already. And go ahead and follow us and everything, like us, rate us, all those things.
No.
Clyde's like Lovers Lane and Bowling Green. Okay, I'm on it. Clyde's gonna drive 3.5 hours on the off chance that he might meet a girl.
Yeah, it's just gonna sit on the bench all day.
Yeah,
bring your Trump outfit, Clyde. It might help you.
I don't know that it will.
And your Secret Service.
Yeah, definitely bring or Social Security, as I said. It's a Ryan Leminism for sure.
No, that's what you need to get your license renewed, Coleman. It's not what you need to pick up chicks.
Yeah, you never know these days. Well, guys, we'll get. Clyde says, I'll bring them. Okay. Yeah.
Part of me believes him, honestly.
Oh, all of me believes him. Honestly, it's not even part. So
Coleman's been at that park.
I have.
Didn't we run at like 6 a.m.?
Not 6 a.m.
No, it was like 8 a.m.
7 or 8. Yeah. It's a little more manageable there. But Well, guys, we'll start to kind of close out the show. We've been hitting the hour mark here. So yeah, it's been a good show. Cats get the win. We play again next Monday against Wright State. And Caden, somebody that went to my high school played for Wright State once upon a time. Vance Hall, shout out. He also played for my middle and elementary school basketball teams as well.
Okay.
He doesn't still play for them, obviously, but yeah, shout out Vance. How about Vance instead of how about Lance?
How about Vance? Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him on.
That's right. Cats win 98-67. Now we're talking about scooters in the comments. Madeline says women like scooters.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Have you ever met a woman that has said those words? I like scooters. Because I certainly haven't.
It's a no for me.
Yes, that's a no for me as well. Claude says, I feel like Claude has said this a lot in the comments. My scooter got sold 3 months ago. And he also says, JD Vance, let's go.
Honestly. Well, there you have it.
I guess the election is next week, yeah. But
Clyde, if you want a girl, I think your best chance is not at Lovers Lane Park. It's probably at like a Taylor Swift concert or something, which supposedly is happening this weekend somewhere. From my sources,
she played in New Orleans this past weekend, so
Nashville probably this weekend. I guess I don't know.
I would say so. Probably so. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Turns out they like Taylor Swift. So, anyways,
well, Cats win 98-67. Guys, thanks for being with us here for the Talking Kentucky post-game show. Who's your player of the game, Caden? He's just laughing.
Jackson Robinson, easy, no question.
That's
eight threes will do it.
That's an obvious pick, I think, but I'll go Brandon Garrison.
You need a windshield to pick up girls, Clyde. That's what Pete said.
Yeah, scooter doesn't have a windshield. That's very good. Yeah, what are they going to leave it on the scooter, like on the wheel, the handle, or something? Yeah, like there's no place for a girl to leave a note. So what are you going to do? You
gotta bring tape along with your notebook to be able to leave it on a scooter.
It's not a chick magnet.
Well, then they'll just have to go up to him.
Clyde didn't like Taylor Swift. A Taylor Swift concert. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Clyde.
Pull a Superman. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Clyde, you might have to be a Swiftie for a night.
That's going a little far. It's like what Corey Price told me about getting a cowbell from Mississippi State. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't go that far. But okay, let's answer Brandon's question, and then we'll get out of here. Brandon says, what do you think the projected rotation will be? Can't play 11 guys every night. I don't know. He might play 11 guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, or 12 played tonight, right? Well, I guess Williams got hurt, but it's gonna be 10. It's gonna be definitely 10, I'd say.
I think it's. I don't know that he's gonna whittle it down much more than he already has. But who do you think our starters need to be? Needs to be Lamont Butler, right? Andrew Carr is going to be in there. Amari Williams, Robinson, and who's the other guy? Should it be Ortega? Should it be
Owe?
You think it should be Owe? Okay, yeah. Owe, okay.
Who's running point out of all that, though? That's my question.
Lamont, right?
Would Lamont do it?
I think so. Yeah, I would think. Yeah.
Who did it tonight? I guess he did it, and Kirk Risa did it. I guess they switched off, didn't they?
I think Kerr will kind of be a 6-man, maybe. And I don't know. I think Trent Noah might end up playing more than we expected at first.
Yep. Yeah, he played a lot tonight.
Yeah, I think he
played Where's it at? 17 minutes?
And I think that honestly, we all expected Travis Perry to probably play more than Trent Noah. But oh my God. Okay. No, this is a good comment here. Jeremy says, I've been amazed more that Noah's getting more time than Perry. That's exactly what I was just saying, Jeremy.
You have to be careful where you click, Goldman.
Yeah, I know. I knew one will come up, and yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that amazed me too, but that didn't happen last game, right? Because Perry played quite a bit against Kentucky Wesleyan.
Oh yeah, he did. That's why I was surprised he didn't get in much tonight. So good Lord.
Yeah, Cats win.
Cats win 98-67. It's been a good episode. We will probably try to do either a post-game show next Monday or a regular episode of Talking Kentucky next Tuesday. One of the two, so we shall see. But well, you got anything else, Caden, before we get out of here?
No, I think we about covered it.
Somewhere Bruce Pearl is saying,
with the exception of Kentucky, I've said that there's not a team on our schedule we can't beat.
Don't know about Kentucky.
Yeah, don't know about Kentucky. Well, for Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes, and for the University of Minnesota Mankato, this has been episode number whatever. No, it's a post-game show. Talking Kentucky post-game show. Yeah, that's right. The Talking Kentucky post-game show. And we'll see y'all next time. Go Cats, go vote.